Hey there, you ever try to tell a story about something that happened yesterday and it just gets messy? Well, we're going to fix that right now. We are about to unlock all the secrets of the past tense so you can tell amazing, clear stories. Ready? Let's dive in. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with a really simple conversation, and then, one by one, we'll build up our storytelling toolbox. We'll grab the simple past, the past continuous, the past perfect, and the past perfect continuous. And then, at the end, we'll see how they all work together to make some real magic. You know, everything you could possibly need to master talking about the past, it's all hidden in plain sight, right inside a normal, everyday chat between two friends. So let's take that chat and break it down piece by piece. Seriously, think about it for a second. When you're telling a friend about your day, how do you make sure they get what happened first and what happened next? How do you paint a picture instead of just, listing off a bunch of boring facts? Well, the answer? It's all in the grammar. Okay, so it all kicks off with this super simple question from Amit. And Rahul's answers, they are going to give us every single example we need to build our entire past tense toolbox. All right, let's start with the absolute foundation. This is the bedrock, the number one tool you're going to reach for when you're talking about the past. It's the simple past tense. This is your go-to for just reporting what happened. And here it is, right in the wild. Rahul says, I visited and I helped. See that? Two different actions. Both of them started yesterday and both of them finished yesterday. Super simple, super clear. And that's the bottom line, really. If an action is over, done, finished, the simple past is the tool for the job. Just think of it like stamping a completed mark on an event in your calendar. And the formula for this, it couldn't be easier. You just take your subject, like I, and you add the V2, or the past tense version of the verb, like visited or helped. That's literally it. This timeline just shows it perfectly. See? The simple past isn't about how long something took, it's just a single, solid dot on the timeline of the past. It happened, it's done. Moving on. Okay, so reporting events is great, but what if you want to do more? What if you want to paint a picture and really set the scene? For that, we need to grab our next tool, the past continuous. Just listen to how different this feels. I was preparing. She was watching. Rahul isn't just listing facts anymore, is he? No, he's describing what was going on. He's putting us right there in the room with him. And that's the main job of the past continuous. It's all about describing what was happening over a stretch of time. It's like the background music for the main events in your story. The formula here is also pretty straightforward. You just need your subject, then was or were, and then your verb with an ing at the end, like I was preparing. Easy peasy. Oh, this visual really shows how these tenses play together. That long bar, that's the ongoing action, preparing dinner in the past continuous. And that little point that cuts right into it, that's the interrupting event in the simple past, Amit called. The past continuous gives the context for what was happening when something else happened. So let's put them side by side. On the left, you've got the simple past, just stating a fact. I helped. Boom. Done. But on the right, the past continuous is setting a scene. I was preparing. It's the difference between a news report and a scene from a movie. Okay, now things get really cool. How do you talk about something that happened before the main past story you're already telling? Well, for that, we need to unlock the past perfect. This is the official tense for all your juicy backstory. Check out the sequence of events here. You've got two things that happened in the past. Parents arrived and finished my homework. The past perfect, that had finished, is a huge clue. It tells us that the homework was already done before his parents ever walked in the door. So, you see, the past perfect is your secret weapon for making the timeline crystal clear. It's for talking about the past before the past. Without it, stories can get really confusing. And the formula is always the same, which is nice and easy to remember. Subject plus the word had plus the V3 or past participle form of the verb. So, I had finished. And this timeline just makes it so obvious. Look, the had finished homework action is way farther back in the past than the arrived action. The past perfect is kind of like a time machine that lets you take one extra step backward in your story. Okay, one last tool for our toolbox. What if you don't just want to say something happened, but you want to really emphasize how long it was going on for? Well, that is the specific job of the past perfect continuous. When Rahul says, I had been studying, the whole focus shifts to the duration, since morning. And that focus is what explains the result, why he was exhausted. It creates this perfect little cause and effect in his story. Yep, that's exactly it. This tense is all about answering the question, for how long? It describes an activity that was going on and on and on, right up until another event happened in the past. And here's how you build it. Subject plus had been, and then your verb with that ing ending. For example, I had been studying. So we've got our tools. We've got all 4 of them. But the real magic, the really amazing storytelling, happens when you start to combine them. So let's look at one final example and see how these tools work together to build something truly special. Okay, here we go. This is a classic. A sentence that combines 2 of our brand new tenses. I was walking home, but I had forgotten my umbrella. So what's actually going on here? Let's take it apart. This table lays it all out for us. That first part, I was walking home, that's our past continuous. It's painting the picture, right? It's the ongoing scene. But the second part, I had forgotten my umbrella, that's the past perfect. It's giving us the crucial backstory. The act of forgetting happened before the walking even started. See how they work together to tell a much richer story? And there you have it. That's your complete past tense toolbox. Simple past is for finished events. Past continuous is for describing a scene. Past perfect gives you the backstory, and past perfect continuous shows you the duration. 4 tools for 4 different jobs. So now you're equipped. You have the 4 key tools for absolutely mastering the past. And remember, these aren't just boring grammar rules. They are incredibly powerful ways to tell clearer, more exciting, and more interesting stories. So the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?